She stands on the beach, wind whipping through her hair, eyes locked on someone just out of frame. The sound of the ocean is drowned out by the pounding in her chest. It's a look we've seen before, but this time it's different. There's something final in her gaze, something that says a choice is coming, and it won't be easy. The preview for episode 7 of The Summer I Turned Pretty doesn't waste a second. In less than a minute, it throws us back into the heart of the storm that's been building all season, and you can feel the tension in every frame. The trailer opens with a shot of Conrad, his voice low and steady as he says, "If this is what you want, I'll step back." It's the kind of line that can shatter a summer. Quiet but loaded with years of history, love, and unspoken pain. Belly doesn't answer, at least not in the clip we're given. Her silence is deafening, and the camera lingers just long enough to make us wonder what's going through her mind. This isn't the playful uncertainty from earlier in the season. This is the moment when hesitation could cost her everything. Jeremiah's presence in the trailer is equally powerful. He's no longer hiding behind his easy smile or gentle teasing. Instead, he confronts what's been eating away at him, telling Belly, "I can't keep pretending I'm okay with this." His voice cracks just slightly, betraying the hurt he's been carrying. In the space of a few seconds, the promo shows us that both brothers are done dancing around the truth. The love triangle that has been simmering is now at a boiling point, and there's no turning back. But it's not just about romance. The trailer slips in a fleeting shot of Laurel, her expression tense as she closes a door behind her. Is she protecting Belly from something? Or is there a larger problem we haven't seen yet? Her role in these final episodes might be more important than we realize. And then there's Steven and Taylor, barely visible in the preview, but enough to hint that their own relationship may face a test. It's quick but intentional, reminding us that this story isn't just about Belly's choice. It's about the entire group and how one summer can change everything. The editing and the promo is sharp and deliberate, flashes of the boardwalk, the beach at sunset, a nearly empty house. Every image feels like a goodbye, as if the season is preparing us for endings we're not ready to face. The background music builds with a mix of melancholy and urgency, carrying the weight of decisions that have been avoided for too long. Episode 7 looks like it's going to be the emotional turning point of the season, the episode where every glance, every word, and every silence matters. And from the looks of this trailer, no one is walking away unchanged. Asterisk, the storm that's been brewing all season finally feels like it's on the edge of breaking. And episode 7's setup is proof that nothing will be the same once it does. Now, every choice the characters have made and every one they've avoided has pushed them closer to this point. The earlier episodes gave us soft moments, misunderstandings, and slow-burning confessions. But in this chapter, there's no room left for half-truths. The preview hints that the stakes are no longer just about who Belly loves. They're about who she's going to be when this summer ends. The beach, once the safe backdrop of their memories, feels different now. In the brief flashes we see, the sand is darker under a cloudy sky, and the water seems restless. The summer light that made everything glow in the first few episodes has been replaced with a cooler, more uncertain tone. Even in scenes where nothing is said, the tension hangs so heavy, you can almost feel it. Conrad walks alone along the shore, his hands in his pockets, not smiling, not even looking up. It's a small moment, but it says more than words, eh? Quiet acceptance that he might lose Belly, and maybe for him, it's the price of loving her. Jeremiah, on the other hand, is done holding back. The trailer shows him stepping toward Belly, not giving her space to drift away like she has before. There's fire in his eyes, the kind we've rarely seen from him, and it's not just jealousy, it's fear. Fear of losing her, fear of losing what they've built, and maybe fear of losing himself in the process. His voice in the clip is low but unshakable when he tells her, "I need you to be sure." That line lands like a challenge, not just to Belly, but to everyone watching. Can she truly be sure when her heart is split in two? It's not only the love triangle driving the tension. Laurel's role seems ready to expand in a way that could change the course of the episode. The preview includes a short scene of her talking on the phone in the kitchen, her face pale as she listens. We don't hear what's said, but the way her hand tightens around the counter tells us it's bad news. Could it be about the house? A family matter? Or something even more personal? This is the kind of subtle, Lincoln-Duel miside moment that the show plans to ripple into bigger consequences later. Meanwhile, Stephen and Taylor's storyline, though quiet in the promo, isn't without weight. In one clip, they stand apart at a party, their eyes meeting only for a second before one of them turns away. It's not loud or dramatic, but it feels final, like the kind of silence that speaks volumes. The fact that this shot is placed between two high-emotion belly scenes isn't accidental. It's a reminder that love in this story isn't just complicated for the central trio. Everyone is facing their own version of heartbreak. What's most striking in this preview is how deliberately it blurs the line between hope and loss. One moment we see Belly smiling in the sunlight, Jeremiah's hand brushing hers. The next, we see Conrad walking away without looking back. It's the kind of emotional whiplash that keeps fans clinging to every frame, searching for clues. Episode 7 isn't just setting up the finale, it's forcing every character to confront the truth they've been avoiding. Whether that truth brings them closer or tears them apart. The trailer makes one thing clear. There's no safe middle ground left. Asterisk the closer we look at the Episode 7 preview, the more it becomes clear that this isn't just another transitional chapter. It's the episode where everything starts to unravel. The trailer's editing hides just enough to keep us guessing. But when you break down the details, every frame is dripping with meaning. There's no wasted shot, no casual glance. Every choice the director makes here feels like a message to the audience. Pay attention, because these are the moments that will define the end of the season. One of the most talked about moments from the promo is a short but loaded exchange between Belly and Conrad. They're standing in the beach house living room, sunlight spilling in through the big windows, but the warmth of the scene is undercut by the distance between them. Conrad's voice is steady, almost too steady, when he says, "I just want you to be happy, even if it's not with me." On the surface, it's a selfless statement, the kind of line that might make viewers swoon. But if you look closer, there's something in his eyes that says he's already bracing for the worst. It's not just a goodbye, it's a surrender. And for a character like Conrad, who has fought so quietly for Belly all this time, surrender feels like heartbreak in its purest form. Then there's Jeremiah. His scenes in the trailer have a completely different energy, urgent, direct, almost impatient. We see him in two key moments. One, walking quickly toward Belly at the pier, his voice raised just enough to cut through the background noise. The other, leaning in close during a late-night conversation, the kind where every word matters. The line, "I can't do this halfway anymore," comes right before a quick cut to Belly looking conflicted. It's a clear sign that Jeremiah isn't just reacting to Conrad, he's drawing his own line in the sand. If Belly can't choose him fully, he's ready to walk away. And that shift in his character adds a sharp edge to the emotional stakes. But the trailer doesn't just focus on the love triangle. There's a blink and dual miss it shot of Laurel standing outside the Fisher house. Her face shadowed, a letter in her hand. She folds it quickly, almost like she doesn't want anyone to see, before slipping it into her pocket. Move that sparks 100 questions. Is it connected to Susanna's memory? Is it about the ownership of the house? Or is it something personal about Belly's future? Laurel's protective nature has always been a quiet force in the series. But in Episode 7, it looks like her actions might directly influence what happens between the main trio. Another intriguing visual is Stephen at the kitchen table, staring at an untouched drink while Taylor talks animatedly to someone off-screen. His focus isn't on her, and it's not until the camera cuts to Taylor's uneasy smile that you realize they're not in sync. The tension is subtle, but deliberate. Their romance has been one of the show's lighter threads, but the way it's framed here, placed between heavier Belly scenes, suggests that love in Cousins Beach is fragile for everyone, not just the central characters. Even the background elements feel intentional. The boardwalk looks quieter than usual, the Ferris wheel barely lit, the crowd's thin. The camera lingers on an empty lifeguard stand at sunset, and it's impossible not to read it as a metaphor. Summer is fading, and with it, the illusions. That kept everyone safe from the truth. The house scenes are filled with unpacked boxes and doors left ajar, small details that whisper of endings before anyone says them out loud. The music choice seals the mood, instead of the upbeat summary. Tracks we've heard earlier this season, the trailer leans on a slower, haunting melody, with a faint undercurrent of percussion that builds like a heartbeat. Every swell in the music aligns with a cut to a character's face, a hand gesture, or an unfinished sentence. By the time the screen fades to black, we're left with an aftertaste of both hope and dread. Episode 7 isn't promising a clean resolution. It's promising that whatever happens next will change these relationships forever. Asterisk. Every frame of the Episode 7 preview feels like a reminder that summer is not just a season, it's a deadline. The carefree energy that once filled Cousins Beach is gone, replaced by a quiet heaviness that hangs over every interaction. This isn't the kind of tension that comes from petty jealousy or teenage drama anymore. It's the kind that comes from knowing change is inevitable. The episode looks set to peel back every layer the characters have built to protect themselves, forcing them to face truths they've been running from since the start. The emotional core of the story is still Belly, caught between two versions. Of her heart, the one that has always been drawn to Conrad's quiet depth, and the one that craves Jeremiah's openness and warmth. But in Episode 7, her struggle feels less like a romantic choice and more like a personal reckoning. The trailer shows moments where she's completely alone, sitting on the porch steps at night, watching the waves in silence, or standing at her bedroom window, eyes glassy but unblinking. These aren't shots of someone daydreaming. They're shots of someone who realizes that whatever she decides will change not just her summer, but her future. For Conrad, the emotional theme seems to be letting go. But the question is, can he really do it? His quiet surrender in the trailer might not be as final as it seems. There's a flash of him looking back at Belly in the beach house hallway, his jaw tight, his eyes full of something unspoken. It's the look of a person who's still holding on, even if he's trying to convince himself he's not. For years, Conrad has carried his feelings in silence, believing that love sometimes means sacrifice. Episode 7 might be the moment he learns that silence isn't always the noble choice sometimes. It's the thing that costs you everything. Jeremiah's theme is the opposite. He's not letting go. He's refusing to fade into the background. His lines in the trailer are sharper, more urgent, and his body language is all forward motion. Leaning in, stepping closer, closing the space between him and Belly. This is Jeremiah without the safety net of maybe someday. If Belly doesn't choose him now, he's prepared to walk away for good. It's a level of self-respect that adds complexity to his character, but it also risks fracturing the fragile bond he's shared with Conrad. The brothers have weathered many storms, but loving the same girl in different ways might be the one. They can't survive. Outside the love triangle, the emotional weight extends to Laurel, who seems poised to be a catalyst in this episode. Her brief scenes in the trailer, the hushed phone call, the folded letter, the tense expression, suggest she's holding on to information that could influence everyone's decisions. Whether it's about the Fisher house, a family matter, or something directly tied to Belly's future, Laurel's protective instincts are stronger than ever. But protecting someone sometimes means steering them toward a painful truth. And if that's the case, Episode 7 might be the moment Laurel stops shielding. Belly from the full weight of reality. Stephen and Taylor's subplot also feeds into the bigger emotional theme that, even in the middle of summer romance, love can feel uncertain. Their distance in the promo isn't loud or messy. It's the kind of quiet drift that often hurts more. A single look across a crowded room, a half smile that doesn't reach the eyes. These are the moments that show how love can fade without anyone wanting it to. By placing their tension alongside the central conflict, the show reminds us that no relationship in this story is guaranteed a happy ending. The overall tone of the preview is bittersweet, as if the episode itself knows. It's the calm before a final storm. The muted colors, the slower pacing, and the lingering close-ups all point toward a turning point. The trailer doesn't promise us a resolution, and that's what makes it so powerful. It promises emotional fallout. It promises choices that will hurt no matter which way they go. It promises that when the credits roll on episode 7, we'll be holding our breath for the finale, wondering how or if these characters can come back from what's about to happen. Asterisk.